Thank you for pressing play. Your presence here brings joy to my heart. Welcome, curious minds, to our video that explores the ins and outs of 1949 Giro d'Italia. The 1949 Giro d'Italia was the 32nd Giro d'Italia, organized and sponsored by the newspaper La Gazzetta dello Sport. The race began on 21 May in Palermo with a stage that stretched 261 kilometers to Catania, finishing in Monza on 12 June after 267 kilometers stage and a total distance covered of 4,088 kilometers. The race was won by Fausto Coppi of the Bianchi team, with fellow Italians Gino Bartali and Giordano Cotta coming in second and third respectively. Coppi won the overall by way of the memorable 17th stage from Cuneo to Pinerolo, in which he escaped from the group and climbed alone the Maddalena Pass, the Col de Vars, the Col de Vars, the Col de Montgenèvre and the Sestriere Pass, arriving in Pinerolo's ahead of Bartali, his tenacious antagonist during those years. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of teams in this section. A total of 15 teams were invited to participate in the 1949 Giro d'Italia. Each team sent a squad of 7 riders, so the Giro began with a peloton of 105 cyclists. Out of the 105 riders that started this edition of the Giro d'Italia, a total of 65 riders made it to the finish in Monza. The teams entering the race were Bianchi del Weisfirelif Giusslanaleno. In the next segment, we'll be exploring pre-race favorites and its implications for our subject matter. The main favorites entering the race were Gino Bartali and Fausto Coppi. Vito Ortelli, who placed 4th the year prior, did not participate as he was suffering from an illness and stayed home. The Zunit's Attilio Camorino wrote that Coppi's form entering the race could allow him to gain the lead early on and hold it from Bartali, who was known to take several stages to warm up and adjust to the race. Camorino added that Bartali would likely not let that happen as he was known to find strength and referenced previous Tours de France. He further stated that Coppi's Bianchi team was stronger and better organized than Bartali's eponymous team. Aside from the aforementioned contenders, Firelli's Jean Goldschmidt was thought to be the team's best contender as Ganassus's Albert Dubuisson was known to fade on climbs. The time has come to unravel the secrets behind route and stages and gain a deeper understanding. The route for this edition of the Giro d'Italia was announced on 7 February 1949. The stages involving the Piedmont region were finalized on 24 March. The race was scheduled to begin at 8 am at the Villa Giulia in Palermo. Attilio Camorino's unit stated that the riders were likely to use their heavy, thicker tires because after the Santo Stefano junction, the roads contained lava rocks from Mount Etna throughout and those were known to cut tires easily. The Sicilian government offered race organizers 10 million lire to host the start of the Giro. Prior to the start of the race, bandit Salvatore Giuliano, who had been on the run near Sicily's Montelepri, was being searched for by police as the area was in a state of emergency for several weeks. It was rumored that Giuliano threatened to line the race route in the mountains and shoot at the participants with machine guns if the police did not call off their search for him. Specifically, Giuliano threatened to interrupt the first stage along its route from Palermo to Catania. Due to these threats, there were discussions to cancel the 2 planned stages in Sicily, but the stages remained. Instead, the normal police escort for the Giro d'Italia caravan that travels with the race would be increased from 6 to 10 cars, and cars would not be allowed to stop along the route throughout the 2 stages on the island except in cases of force majeure. The added police were not due to the rumors of the attack, but allegedly to prevent a potential escape by Giuliano. Stage date course distance type winner 121 May Palermo to Catania 261 kilometers stage with mountains 222 May Catania to Messina 163 kilometers plain stage 323 May Villa San Giovanni to Cosenza 214 kilometers stage with mountains 424 May Cosenza to Salerno 292 kilometers plain stage 526 May Salerno to Naples 161 kilometers km plane stage 627 May Naples to Rome 233 km plane stage 728 May Rome to Pesaro 298 km plane stage 829 May Pesaro to Venezia 273 km plane stage 931 May Venezia to Udine 249 km plane stage 10-1 June Udine to Bassano del Grappa 154 km plane stage 11-2 June Bassano del Grappa to Bolzano 237 km stage with mountains 12-4 June Bolzano to Modena 253 km plane stage 13-5 June Modena to Montecatini term 160 km stage with mountains 14-6 June Montecatini term to Genoa 228 km stage with mountains 15-7 June Genoa to Sanremo 136 km plane stage 16-9 June Sanremo to Cuneo 190 km stage with mountains 17-10 June Cuneo to Pinerolo 254 km stage with mountains 18-11 June Pinerolo to Turin 65 km individual time trial 19-12 June Turin to Monza 267 km stage with mountains total 4,088 km. Stage characteristics and results. Without wasting any more time, let's jump into the fascinating world of classification leadership. In the 1949 Giro d'Italia there were two major classifications. For the general classification, calculated by adding each cyclist's finishing times on each stage, and allowing time bonuses for the first three finishers on mass start stages, the leader received a pink jersey. This classification was considered the most important of the Giro d'Italia, and the winner was considered the winner of the Giro. In the mountains classifications, points were won by reaching the top of a climb before other cyclists. This classification did not award a jersey to the leader. The highest climb of the race was the Col de Vars in stage 17, which was The other stages that included categorized climbs were stages 1, 3, 11, 13, 14, 15, 17, and 19. A white jersey was awarded to the rider from a non-major industrial team with the lowest total time. There was a black jersey Maddalena awarded to the rider placed last in the general classification. The classification was calculated in the same manner as the general classification. There was a classification for sprints called the Grand Prix Tap Volonté classification. This consisted of a sprint line that was marked in 8 stages of the race, stages 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14, and 19. Specifically, the 8 sprints were located in the following places: Taormina, Castrovillari, Terni, Ferrara, Trieste, Verona, Chiavari, and Novara, respectively. For placing in the top 3 for each classification, on the final stage placings, the Grand Prix Tap Volonté, or crossing a categorized climb for the mountains classification, time bonuses were awarded. 1 minute time bonus was given to the first place rider, 30 seconds to second place, and 15 seconds to third. Classification leadership by stage. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of general classification and exploring its real-world applications. Final general classification. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into independent rider classification and understand its role in the broader context. Final independent rider classification. In the upcoming portion, we'll be dissecting mountains classification to gain a comprehensive understanding of its implications. Final mountains classification. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on team classification and its role in shaping our understanding. Final team classification 1. Prepare yourself for an eye-opening discussion on intermediate sprints classification in the upcoming portion of this video. Final intermediate sprints classification. Remember to follow me on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates.